Hello, it's Kerry. I'm talking about PMDD and work and how it affects work. Um, it has affected my work in the past quite considerably, I would say. And I've also made some pretty horrendous decisions about work when I've been in a PMDD episode, but I didn't diagnose myself until earlier this year. So what I now identify as PMDD episodes from my past, I can see that there were times in that when I have made decisions about work, about leaving a job, or the fact that I hate a job, or walking out, or um, I would say that yeah, it has made me make some of those decisions. Not always bad, but not very well informed and not very rational because I've been so wound up and kind of stressed and not being able to cope with the stress. I mean, I remember one job that I was at that I just felt like I couldn't get anything right in it. I couldn't do it, and I would have all these meetings with like my manager and stuff, and I was just, sometimes I'd be fine and I'd come out and I'd just get on with it, but then other times I would come out just feeling so hopeless and so frustrated and down and crying and just not being able to cope. And now I look back, I know I can see the pattern, I can see what happened with that, and that actually, work stress it's difficult for me to deal with PMDD because if anything stresses me out a lot when I'm in an episode, it's really difficult to manage it and to cope with it. I mean, I'm a trainee counsellor. I'll be qualified middle of next year. So I'm really looking forward to doing that work, and it's kind of a more solitary position. You do work in accordance with other people, but your caseload and your work is your own. So I much prefer that because then I don't have the stress of other people kind of interfering or letting me down or whatever. But in the past I've worked in marketing and sales and recruitment, and it's all very much centered around working with or against or competitively with other people. Whereas with counselling, my clients are different to the people that I work with. Obviously, I like to talk to people, that's why I'm a counsellor. But yeah, I just think that environment will be so much better for me. I'm self-employed massage therapist as well, and that really helps because I never have an early morning appointment. And when I'm in a PMDD episode, I am so tired. I can sleep 12 to 16 hours a day. And so it's really helpful for me that I can kind of work my clients around when I'm ill, when I know I'm going to be probably ill. I mean, you can't always guess, but I can work it around then, and I can try and work out, earning enough money in the weeks around it so that I don't fall short, hopefully, when I have a particularly bad episode and I don't have the motivation to even get up off the sofa or make food or shower, or it sounds kind of over the top to say that, but that is how I feel, is that I can't move. I'm so tired I can't even raise my head. I don't want to watch TV, but I don't want to do anything else, and I don't want to be sat there, but I don't want to get up. It's kind of like stuck in a limbo of I don't want to move, but I don't want to sit here because I'm bored, but I don't want to do anything, and I can't cope with anything, and my brain doesn't work. So it's just like a constant white noise in my head, and that makes it very difficult to work sometimes, which is why I think doing massage is really good for me, because it's a switch off. Like although I have to give customer service and be nice to my clients and etc. and talk and be knowledgeable, that's I can do that. But people are always kind of in a good place to be spoken to, if you know what I mean. But working in an office, I felt I just hated it. I hated the day-to-day of it all, which is why now I would never do a full time of one job. I would always do, I know for me that I have to do that, because when I get into PMDD episodes, I can't bear the hopelessness of the daily routine. I just can't even think about doing it. So with moving things around and having things quite flexible, that's what I hope to do. I mean, it's not always going to work for me, but I will always try my best to, go to work and to earn the money I need to earn. But it does worry me that I won't be able to hold down like a proper full-time job. I mean, if I wasn't medicated, and I'm trying out this low dosage contraceptive pill at the moment to see if that helps as well. But if I wasn't medicated, I don't think I could hold down a full-time job. I don't think I could hold down any job. I think it would be incredibly difficult, and yet it's not seen as a disability when it is a completely debilitating illness. Some days I can't even function at all. So I don't know. It's just one of those things that I do worry about for the future. I mean, what if I had a big episode, or like several episodes which were terrible and they overlapped into each other? I wouldn't have that good week where I could get, enough money to be earned. And that did happen over the summer. I had 2 months to maybe 3 months where I could barely work because I was so ill and I felt so terrible, and I had kind of with starting the medication, I had really bad side effects from it, and I had basically a breakdown of a relationship, and I basically had a mental breakdown. I couldn't look after myself, basically. I couldn't move. The whole house was a mess. I literally broke down and I couldn't leave the house, and I was like that for about a month. And then I pulled myself out of it again. So if that were to happen again, I mean, I'm still very much catching up on all the payments that I've missed, and I just about managed to keep paying my rent. But yeah, I mean, PMDD worries me with regards to supporting myself and a family in future. I'm 27, so I'm trying, desperately to find things that help so that I've got a chance at actually looking after a family, or supporting myself even, or, ever buying a house or ever holding down a career. I've just got to hope really that, and work really hard to make sure that it doesn't beat me and that I can carry on and have a normal life, because I refuse to sit at home every day and worry about it. I know what it is now, and now I've just got to try everything possible to do something about it. But yeah, I hope that was interesting anyway. I just sort of rambled on for about 10 minutes, but yeah, thank you for listening.